Alright, so the last game for the evening, or for the night actually, is G2 versus Australis for the concluding game of day 1, week 2 of the LEC Summer Split. We're heading into the drafts in the next couple of seconds, and we'll see what G2 has in stock for this one. Because G2 is on a score record of 2-1, and so is Australis. And here the bans are already flying in. We already have a Nocturne ban for G2. We already have a Karma ban for Australis. Let's see what comes next. There's a Lulu ban. Quite interesting. So we've seen quite some consistency in support-ish champions being banned. And Lulu is mostly one of them. Here's also a meta ban for the Gwen, because Gwen obviously on this patch is released and is quite strong. She was already released last patch or last week, but Gwen is still a very strong champion. There's a Varus ban. Varus also seems to be decently strong at the current meta with Prowler's Claw. And Muramana, I believe, is a very strong build. And the next meta ban is the Viego. Akali's left open. Akali's gonna be first picked. What a wondrous world we live in. Ha! The puns. But carrying on. Akali, obviously a strong pick on this patch with the Riftmaker. Pretty strong on executing the backline. Obviously, since there is not that many tanks at the moment. So I believe to play into Akali, you should have at least a decently tanky champion-ish pool, but that might be just me talking out of my behind and not really knowing what I'm talking about. But we have the Rumble and the Lucian locked in for Australis. So Lucian might be a top or a mid pick, presumably to counter the Akali though with some range. And Rumble, obviously a strong jungler on this patch. We'll see what Jankos picks into it. It will be the Xin Zhao, also a very strong jungler. Rumble a little bit faster on the clear though, but if it comes to a 1v1 skirmish, I believe that Xin Zhao has the upper hand. And the AD carry for Reckless is the Tristana. I believe for all 3 games that G2 played so far, there was a Tristana pick. Most likely for 2 though. Reckless has been playing Tristana boatloads. And here's a Lee Sin option open. Ooh, Kedra will be happy about this one. And the Lee Sin also gets picked. So we have a kind of tanky-ish champion for whatever lane you want. Either you flex it mid against the Akali or you play it in the top side. In the set ban, a Thresh ban. Thresh, as you've seen over the last couple of bans, always consistently being banned. Set might be a target ban into Wonder, but Set is also kind of a decent champion if you want to throw players into a certain mix of champions, so they might want to avoid that. We'll see what comes as next. There is the Big Bad Crocodile ban and a Kai'Sa ban. So we see a Nidalee hover here for whatever lane that might be, or it's just a troll hover. There is still an AD carry that needs to be picked. It could be also, though, a Caps Tristana mid lane, which I didn't think about. So they first of all picked Nautilus to be absolutely sure what AD carry they play into, which is totally fine. And here comes the Braum, probably as a counter into the Nautilus or any AD carry, because there is a Lucian already, so you can counter quote-unquote 2 AD carries at once. With the Braum E. And we'll see what is in stock for whoever. Maybe Caps, maybe Reckless. There is... Ooh, Ilaoi, looking quite interesting. Gragas? A Gragas locked in here. Will this be a tank Gragas, I wonder? And there is the hover for the Mundo. And the Karthus pick. Oh boy. I like that. This looks very, very interesting. There's a Lee Sin top into the Gragas, which is not that favorable for Gragas, I believe. Caps with the Akali into Lucian. Lucian with a range advantage in the early game, obviously gonna be a big lane bully. Reckless into a Karthus with Mickey X Braum. So I'm very interested on how this bot lane is gonna unfold. And also, I think the Rumble will have to play more towards the bot side to protect the Karthus, because Karthus is very, very squishy, and Tristana and Braum have a huge chunk of burst in the early game. So, yeah. We'll see how that turns out. Sad thing is, I can't really play sound since I don't really know with fair use and whatever. So forgive me if you can't hear anything and it's just me blabbering over some gameplay. Or over this game. Since we're loading into the Rift, here we see the players with their champion picks again. And off we go. 5 people topside for Astralis. Mighty interesting. G2 just playing the classic protect my own jungle positioning. Will there be some funky invades? It looks like it. Astralis going for an early push into the G2 jungle. Or at least it looked like it. They're backing off right now. And going back to whatever is normal, just establishing some vision by the looks of it. Oh well, they didn't even establish vision there. Yeah. But G2 already with the answer. They're looking for a cheese here onto Karthus, maybe? Are they looking for a Karthus cheese here? Is this really... Oh. Jeskla expecting, though. Sad news bears. G2 not able to commit onto this. Jeskla having the right feeling to pay a little bit more attention and avoid this tribush here. Because he is Karthus, he is very squishy in the early game. Obviously, he knows that. That's why he pays attention. And that's very well played by Jeskla here. Just some small details here and there that make a difference. I'm pretty interested for this topside matchup, but I believe if White Knight plays it correctly, he should win this lane any day of the week. I believe, because of Lee Sin, and Lee Sin is at the moment kind of busted. And Jeskla being not collapsed on, but taking a little bit of poke. Promise Q onto Reckless, and here's the trades. There's a heal used for Promise Q. No, never mind. Reckless used a heal for Mickey X to actually chase him, and here's first blood. Support kills support. Reckless trying to help out Mickey X as much as he can. He is level 2, and this will be the death of Jeskla here. Second blood to the G2 Reckless, and Jankos is just around, and they will push this bot lane fast under the tower. But Karthus luckily has TP, but he has to burn it. So 4 summoner spells burnt in the early game. This is huge for Karthus though, so he doesn't lose anything under tower. Huge XP and gold that he would otherwise lose if he doesn't burn TP. So here we see the initiate again. Reckless playing it smart, not chasing, allowing Mickey X to actually run after Promise Q. He's exhausted anyway, and he plays around the knowledge that he's gonna hit level 2 soon. And he has flash, so he has level 2 now. He has to jump and his E ready, I believe. So here comes the jump, then comes the bomb. Plays onto Karthus, another stun by Mickey. Very well played from the G2 bot lane. Very experienced, well executed. Good communication. And Mickey X is in mid lane. As Mickey X does things, he is just around everywhere. And Jankos is just passing by. So is Mickey X. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to talking so much. That's probably why I'm yawning so much. And that's the bot side crab for Jankos. Looking for even more gank plays. He is waiting his turn patiently until Mickey X has cleared this ward. And it is cleared, but Astralis bot lane really well aware of paying attention and seeing Jankos, or expecting that Jankos might be there. I just take the Gromp. And as we can see, there's a huge discrepancy in farm in the jungle department because Jankos is double the farm behind, or like on half the farm of Zanzara. And Zanzara is a level up. So this is going to be quite interesting in how this unfolds in the next couple of team fights. Wunder surprisingly keeping his footing in the lane. So he's not getting clapped as hard as I thought he would. So I wonder what the gold is in top lane. It's going to be pretty even, I presume, though. Yeah, kind of. The White Knight's about a wave. A wave ahead. Mickey X throwing himself into Reckless there to protect him with his huge shield. And a pretty safe bot lane that can be played here with Reckless and Mickey. They're pretty safe in regards to poke and whatnot. But Jeskla choosing the right pick here because they are heavily AD favored in regards to top and mid lane, and they have an AP jungler. Jeskla with the Karthus pick is mighty interesting. Reckless popping the plant there, disabling the ability for a Rumble to instantly jump over the wall and try to go for a gank. Wunder with a 1v1 trying to kill White Knight here. White Knight realizing that Jankos is around. Jankos cannot follow up. Zanzara rotating into mid lane. Caps very low. Will Caps die? And the ultimate of Magifelix actually gets Caps. A little bit overeager here. Caps dying to the Astralis mid lane. The goal actually kind of even. Caps will lose a little bit of farm. He will lose another minion, so he will get 2 minions here with the teleport. And the dragon is up for snackage in the pit. So the trade for Caps, not that great. Overstepping here a little bit. He's not level 6 and Magifelix is not as well, but he turns level 6 right there on this minion, and this is how Caps dies. If Magifelix doesn't turn 6, I think Caps might live here. But just very well played overall. Magifelix playing around his level up. Good execution there. So Jankos actually has caught up in farm quite a bit. Bot lane is kind of even. And Caps going for the return kill, instantly swooping Magifelix, but here comes White Knight and clears up and just leaves the wave in this state, so it pushes in. So Lucian can TP back onto lane and catches the entire wave and gets all the farm. He can actually run, I believe. Yeah, he can just run back to lane and doesn't lose that much for it. But for Caps, the wave is actually in a very awkward state. And Lucian can play around this quite well. Wunder here in top lane, taking a couple of plates. White Knight respecting that the jungler might be around, moving through the backside safe here. Reckless and bot lane can just take farm after farm after farm and just play it safe as well. So many words that start with S, and mostly I'm saying save. Astral is looking for a play here onto Caps in mid lane. The hook sadly connecting to a minion, so nothing to be done there. All the info where Astralis is right now. Mickey X always here for the protection, but he's just level 4, so he's a little bit behind in terms of leveling. Since he's roaming so much. But it also enables Reckless to get ahead in levels, because he's now level 6 and Jeskla is level 5. And Nautilus is alone, so there might be something unfolding in the bot side jungle here. But everyone just backs off. Caps is going back in again, trying to commit onto Magifelix. But the entirety of G2 is here. Everybody's rotating into mid lane. But nothing comes of it. In 3 minutes there is a Infernal Drake, so we will not have a Mountain Soul. We will not have Infernal Soul. we will just have Tired Soul. Or Tired Me, that is. No, we will have either Ocean Soul or Cloud Soul. Mickey X might be in trouble here. No, Mickey X actually not in trouble. He just plays it kind of cool. And Promiscue not committing too much. Akali could have rotated quite easily, but I think it would have been an option to go in hard commit, but probably didn't have info on where Wunda and where Jankos were. The blue buff handed over 2 caps, being able to use his spells a little bit more frequently. In the mid lane, which helps him out on the trades. Magifelix actually decently low on mana, is going for a reset here, I believe. Caps can hold this wave here if he wants to, but he doesn't, so he just resets as well. Probably has a bunch of money to buy or invest. Nothing really too crazy going on. G2 just slightly in the lead with some gold. Not too much going on. Well, Herald's not even contested yet. There's 10 minutes up until Baron. So we are waiting if there is some plays unfolding. At the moment, it's just farming, keeping up farm, playing around some vision, getting camps, a little bit of counter invades here and there. Yeah. As mentioned, not too much going on, but Astralis are now looking to set up for the Herald. And since they have, well, they don't really have Pry on top lane, the lane's just resetting. But the entirety of G2 is trying to collapse onto Magifelix, and Magifelix is getting executed by the Akali. Perfect execution there. And Astralis pick up the Herald though. So, was it a worthwhile trade? I'm not really sure, because there's some stuff crashing under tower. Might not be that much though. Akali, though, decently in shape in her lane. Herald, it's been taken, might be funneled into the Karthus, because you will most likely try to get your Karthus as far ahead as you can. And oh, Magifelix. Oh no, Magifelix. Oh god, no. That was a very bad TP. His team's just arriving now. And the tick of the rumble doesn't even kill Caps. Oh no, Yanko's turning, but okay. I don't know why Yanko's turned there. He had flash, so he would have been safe to run away. Okay, that was kind of a late call, but Jeskla pressed the ultimate button just in time to kill Akali as well. 2 Dark Seal stacks now onto Jeskla, who's just trying to farm and get as fat as he or as big as humanly possible for him, because Reckless and Jeskla pretty much play on an island. They're like alone, mid lane, top side is alone. It's like this kind of 1-3-1 setup, as the cast has been talked about, or the analyst desk has talked about before. The exhaust on the Akali and the last tick could have killed Caps if it didn't flash earlier, but I don't know why Jankos turns here. But they must have thought they could kill here, but I don't know why they did. Reckless wasn't able to cancel the Karthus ult, but Karthus here, for some odd reason, dies. The story of the lane state and something just did not, show, because we had the team fight again on our screens. So actually, Wunda does not die. Well, he does, as I just talked about it. Yeah. Okay. Wunda did not die up until this point. So until minute 13, he didn't die, which is fine. Yanko's level 8 compared to Zanzara's level 9. Will Astralis beat G2? Spam yes or no in chat now. Sadly, I don't have a chat. I only have this as a YouTube video. But live broadcasting is just something else. And as mentioned, I'm not allowed to live broadcast this, since I don't have permission. And Jankos is just getting tower dove, and Shelly is trying to get as much plates as she physically can. Cap's picking off Shelly here, so no more damage done to the tower. And Astralis picking up some plate money. The game overall still pretty even. Reckless is just farming and powerhousing and farming and farming and farming and farming and trying to keep Karthus at bay. Now Wunda in the bot lane, Caps in top lane, and Reckless on an island at the moment in mid lane. This is where we also usually in the older days saw Karthus play, like mid lane and not bot or jungle or something. In the old days, like. I've known this game since it came out. And yeah, whatever. So, not too much happening here, actually. Caps is going in for the kill onto Magic Felix. Will he get it, though? He's dead. Okay, never mind. Zanzara was around, and this results in the death of Caps. Could have maybe gotten a 1-for-1 out of it, but that would have been very optimistic. Not too big of a deal, though, because he will be up for any objectives, but I believe he had a shutdown. Not sure, though, or was this the kill that the Karthus got? I can't quite remember. Karthus no more Dark Seals stack, though, because he got killed by Reckless and Mickey. And here's another hard initiate. Reckless and Mickey on a hampering spree for this Karthus. Karthus dies, but Mickey X will shortly die as well, and so did Reckless. So a 2-for-1 trade here for the side of Australis. Australis now with a slight gold lead of about 1k. Question is where this all is, and the Rumble actually with 403 and 10 Dark Seal stacks could be quite a threat actually. Here we see a quick recap of what's happened here. They just hard commit onto Jeskla here. Jeskla has no way of escaping. He just flat out dies. The damage of the Justana, though, a little bit delayed. I don't know how Reckless died there. Does Karthus have an item done, like Leandris or something? It looked like some burn damage. Yeah, it was Leandris. He died to the burn damage of Leandris. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. So, this setup for Dragon is a given. Mickey X is on the hunt for some wards and placed some wards. So they're using their mid lane prio and bot lane prio, obviously, to get some breathing room in the bot side river. Yanko's also on the lookout for wards he can clear. Maybe pick up a jungle camp or two if anything is here. And in 20 seconds time, the dragon will spawn, and we will have a Ocean Soul actually in this game. And Zanzara, in the meantime, clearing the Herald. Also using his prio to get some breathing room, even though he doesn't have that much mid prio. But Lucian in topside is just super split pushing for the tower. And this also might be where the Herald will be placed, or it will be used for pressure into the mid lane. The Ocean Drake clearly going over to G2 side, not even contested by Australis. And now it is a question of whether or not they really want to commit into this top side. Because they're already taking camps, Lucian is pushing against the minions already of Fnatic, of G2 side. And they might place the Herald there, but since they're just using it for the enhanced recall right now, for the faster recall, I might place it somewhere else. Pretty even game so far. Australis is mentioned just like a small bit in the lead with 1k. But if Rumble dies, this 1k lead will be gone pretty soon. But we'll see when this happens. Overall, pretty calm game so far. Nothing happening in the last couple of minutes. No one really died. Here comes the Herald, the mid tier 1. Or G2 playing around top side, maybe expecting to pick someone off there, but there's 4 people or 5 people actually in mid lane right now, trying to raise this tier 1 turret and then rotate somewhere else. Maybe counter or like set up a trap Yeah, they're trying to set up a trap here, and Wunda is one man and his cask bottle or his glass bottle, and he is pretty alone here. This is the death of Wunda. And yep, there he goes. Wunda's just dead. Maybe should have ran into the bot side, but he didn't really know because they had no vision. So that's pretty sad. Wunda is also playing into an AP Gragas. So he will try to look into dealing some damage. Now, 2.5k gold ahead is Australis right now. Or like 2k gold. I'm stupid. 2k gold. White Knight completely uncontested, taking the spot side turret. Not really much attention paid by G2 for this one. They're just giving it. Also, entire bot side jungle is taken from Yanko, so he's not going to be able to get his own side, while Rumble is taking his. A zoning ultimate, I guess, from Zanzara. There's still an attempt to take the mid tier 2 tower, but Reckless has a ton of clear. And Yanko is trying to commit onto Magifelix. Magifelix using his ultimate, and Mickey X using his E quite efficiently to just wall off all the damage. And here goes the hard engage, and Wunda with a good ultimate picks off Promiscue. Reckless picking up the kill here, and now they try to convert this into some pressure for the mid lane tower and presumably into Baron. Cap's already running towards the top side here. Will this be Baron? It's gonna be a good question, but Zanzara is dead as well, so that's a 2-for-0 trade that could as well be Baron. Well, Fnatic. I'm stupid. I'm so. But G2 are just taking the camp so far, trying to get some more pressure done. Maybe. No, not really. Astralis just has a little too much wave clear, I think. So here we see a quick rewind of what we just saw. Yanko's initiating hard onto Magifelix, Mickey X zoning off all the damage, and Promiscue just getting picked off with the Gragas ult. Very nice pick. He just flat out dies. Then the play continues. Zanzara is getting picked out by a Braum Q. And then comes the follow-up damage by the Tristana with stun of the Braum passive. And boom, here flies the little Yordle. His robot exploding big time. And we have the next setup for the Drake. G2 already having presence in the river. Also a bunch of vision around the river. There's about 3 wards in the mid lane brush. Quite insane. They don't know that a ward is here though, so White Knight could TP onto this ward any day of the week, but Reckless is alone. Never mind, he's covered by Wunda. And now Promiscue is in the front line again. Wunda with a gold ultimate again. Promiscue dead again. Here comes the E from Mickey X, and they just flat out counter Lucian's ultimate. Now Reckless in the back line, playing it very safe. Cheskla dies. They're going in onto Magifelix. Magifelix dead. Here comes the Karthus ultimate after death. Cap's actually picked off after death by Karthus, and Reckless jumps in. He has flash as well. He flashes, but he doesn't get the kill onto Zanzara. Just in time, press the W button to live. And this will be Dragon for G2. Another Cloud Dragon for the G2 squad. Quick recap here. Mickey X zoning. Caps in the backline waiting for an assassination. A zoning ult by Mickey. Wunda just in the backline or just protecting Reckless. Yanko's in the Dragon Pit trying to get Dragon and find some good initiates. And Mickey X with his Shield of the Braum. Very strong. Here comes White Knight with the kick. But Reckless jumps over it so he doesn't get kicked into Australis there. Just Mickey or Wunda getting thrown into the enemies. And here Reckless jump flashes and W is just enough to save Sanzara from this one auto attack. So now we see this classic 1-3-1. Kali was topside just now, 3 people in mid, and Wunda is on bot lane, or 1-2-1, because Reckless was back in base. I'm quite interested in how this game will unfold, because it is still pretty even. And objectives will probably be the deciding factor of this game, because both teams are playing actually quite well. It is kind of a slaughter because 12 to 13 kills is actually a boatload. But we'll see. We'll see. Excuse for the lack of my enthusiasm. Getting massively tired right now. Just saying that right now, so you guys know that there's a reason to why my mood or voice might be a little different than before. Really heavy interest on information for the Baron here from Astralis. There's just a plain old vision ward or a blue ward. A scouring eye, I believe it's called. A blue trinket. So Wunda's just on his island in bot lane and just farming and farming and farming. 2 minutes time. About ish is Drake. Which would be number 3 for any of the teams. Astralis is looking to get some pressure going because their top side is pushed in. They might look for a rotation into Baron here if they have the possibility, or for an invade. By the looks of it, they want to invade or clear division to set up for Baron. And here comes Jankos jumping in hot. Mickey X with a good ultimate. But the ult of Rumble is pretty strong as well. Reckless picking off whatever is going on. Here comes Caps. Caps with a ton of damage. The ultimate absolutely demolishing Karthus. Rumble dies. Here comes the ult after death by Karthus. And White Knight will live? Question mark. White Knight will live. But Caps dies. Magic Felix with the patience and the ward over the wall into the Tribush over Red. Very well played. Here comes the TP, but the TP will be in time. So White Knight is here. G2 might have to abandon this Baron because Magic Felix and White Knight have a ton of damage, and Wunda and Mickey X don't. But Reckless is actually kind of big. Here's Kraken Slayer and Infinity Edge. So here we see the skirmish again. Whoops, sorry I hit the mic. Good engage by Astralis. Very well placed. Rumble ult right into the choke point. Here comes Caps. Goes golden. Tries to execute any of the champions here. And he gets 2. White Knight's running for the hills now. This is where Magic Felix picks off Caps. So overall, nothing happened. 30 seconds until the next Ocean Drake, which will be a point of interest for both teams. And that's why we see G2 push in the mid-wave. Try to push in the mid-wave. So Astralis have to catch it, and they have to respond a little slower on the play for the Dragon. Here comes the TP, but Magic Felix almost goes south, but it's still fine. A good ultimate by Rumble. Yanko's not taking too much damage. Here we go, the fight is not over. Promise Q flat out dies. Karthus is still alive. Jeskla is now dead. And this is a 2 for null trade for G2 to take any time of the week. Which will mean Dragon and Soul Point for G2. I believe the next Baron fight will decide the game. I think this is a game where one fight can decide the entirety of the game. There are some games where it's not the case, but I think this game is one of those cases. And here goes the kill onto Caps, most likely. Yep, Caps is dead. Just gets melted by Lee Sin and Pollution, and this will mean Baron for Astralis, but G2 will not give it up without a fight. They pick off Promise Q. There is a Rumble ultimate for the zoning though, and Gragas is in the front line with Jankos, and Jankos deals a ton of damage actually, knocking everyone back, and here comes the pick off onto White Knight. But White Knight still lives. Darth Assault not dealing too much damage yet, so Astralis has to back off of the Baron again. Good objective control by G2 so far. Because playing the zoning, jumping in for G2. Everybody gets it because Caps just respawns in time. Very good objective play by G2 right there. So Caps gets picked off, which is not that good, but the Baron fight has been very well played. So G2 realizing that Promise Q is completely outside, he only can flash over the wall if he has a cooldown. And that's where they strike. They pick off Promise Q. The Wonder ultimate is decent. Jeskla gets knocked into the front line. Jankos picks off Jeskla. White Knight soon to follow after, but no, White Knight lived. And the Karth Assault not able to kill anyone. So very well executed by G2. So now, what will G2 do with this Baron? Targets on top side. Have one Caps in bot lane. And over the course of the game, we've seen this quite a lot where one player is in the side lane, or two players are in side lanes, and three players are in mid lane, which is actually something G2 does quite a bunch. And they do it pretty well. Now with Baron, this shows the strength. But here comes a TP into the backline. Maybe Reckless is going to get zoned out here. Here comes the ultimate by Rumble, but nothing's going to happen. Promise Q just dies. And Reckless is yeeted into Promise Q, but he goes golden. And here comes the entire collapse of G2. Reckless playing it really well, ulting everyone back. White Knight is soon about to die. His GA will only help him shortly. And this is probably where G2 take the game and will finish it, because they still have the Baron buff for about 55 seconds. So they will take this tower, they will take the inhib, they will take the Nexus turrets, and that's probably GG for G2. 30-minute game, pretty impressive game. G2 not playing quote-unquote the cleanest game that we expected, but they played very good, as per usual, as to be expected from a top-tier team. They're just waiting here and just let the minions finish the job onto the Nexus. GG, G2, and that's it. Alright guys, so this was the conclusion for day 1, week 2 of the LEC Summer Split. I hope you guys enjoyed my casting. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you leave a comment or leave a thumbs up, whatever you like. Feedback is always appreciated. Excuse for my lack of I'm lacking words as well right now, for my lack of enthusiasm right now, because I'm pretty tired. Had a long day. So, as mentioned, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.